We're in the studio with Jack Baumann, founder and CEO of Guidester, your personal guide to the world. Jack, how are you doing today?
Carter, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Well, thanks for coming in and joining us today. Tell me, Jack, why is it you decided to get into this niche of an industry? You're in a big industry, but you kind of carved out a niche there. Explain that a little bit and what you enjoy about that.
It all started with me living abroad. I lived abroad in Wales in the United Kingdom to get my master's in ancient Greek and Roman archaeology, so I was a little bit on a different path than I am now. And I traveled all over the place. I moved over there by myself. It was daunting, didn't know anybody, but I'm one of those guys that I don't want to live by fear, so I went to places that I knew nothing about, and I just did my own research. I showed up to tourism boards and the offices, I got online, I bought books, and I was always frustrated with the lack of resources available. Right now, until Guidester, you had two options: a fully structured tour, which is very expensive, or completely doing everything on your own. And that's daunting. Who's got 30, 40, 50 hours to dedicate to online research, trolling through guidebooks, and then you do all the research. How do you know that the research you've done is right, accurate, up to date? So I was frustrated by the lack of resource and the fact that I missed a lot. Now I'm fortunate, I was able to go revisit places and find things that I couldn't find on my first time, but a lot of people are unfortunate like that. A lot of people might go to Italy for once in their life. They might have these romantic, the honeymoon, you know, how many people can redo a honeymoon? So that's what spawned my passion for starting the business, is I want to give people an authentic experience where they can make the most out of their trip. To me, traveling is more than just checking things off the box and saying, I went to London, I saw the Tower of London, you know, I saw St. Paul's Cathedral. I want to give people an authentic experience that they felt that they saw a place. They felt that they could understand a place. And that's much more than the seeing of sights. Visiting a place is getting the pulse of a city, finding the hidden gems, the locals, talking to locals. How do Englishmen talk versus Italian? How do you approach a German versus a Frenchman? Very, very different ways of communicating and living. And that's what I'm really passionate about, is cultural exchange. What I've done is perfect a process of data collection and personalization and optimization. So what might take you 40 or 50 hours to do, I can do in a couple. And I've been able to put all that information in a travel guide that downloads to your phone that's also interactive.
So your company's based out of St. Louis?
Yes.
You've lived in St. Louis for how long?
I was born and raised here. Went to CBC, you know, the high school question, and then I went to Mizzou, very typical for St. Louisans. Sure. And that's when I had the inspiration to do something totally different in my life. I graduated from Mizzou with a BA in history, and I wanted to do something completely different, so I got it into my head to try a couple archaeological digs. So I was in Italy, Greece, and Macedonia doing digs, and fell in love with it, decided to apply for my master's degree in Europe. So born and raised, so I probably spent 2/3 of my life here, and then the rest abroad. So I'd say what sets us apart is the personalization and the focus on post-booking. From post-flight to your last night, Guidester wants to help you travel right. It's kind of our little slogan.
Catchphrase, that's good. Well, thanks for being on the show today, Jack.
Thanks, Carter. It was a great time.
For more information, go to Guidester.com, your personal guide to the world. Stay tuned to the Cardinal Cowboy Show.